Hi, this is Fee and I'm going to do a drill with me. I've done a few other clips recently. I've been liking the time lapse purely because one, I'm doing the work, and two, when I replay it, the hours that I've spent doing the time lapse has been significantly reduced. It looks awesome. But today is a excuse tapping of the floors of my dog. The toenails. What I'm going to do is I section my pieces like everybody does. I look at how long it takes me to do a section. This piece though, however, there is so much confetti. The sections that I've got is from here to here, and if I actually grab the good old ruler out, I think it's about a 19 centimetre section, 19 to 20 centimetre section. Yeah, I'm throwing everything away, and that one actually landed in my little rubbish bin. So for the confetti that I've had to go through with these things, this one, it's taking me about 4 to 5 hours to do a section this size. So I'm going to do some of it. I've pulled up the good old tag questions and I thought I would go through some of those. But for sectioning, and I've put it away again. Always put this away, which is a good thing. I'm going to section this first. I do have the first one sectioned, it's sectioned that way, but it's not sectioned horizontally. So I'm just going to, for those that get scared about using these knives, you're only cutting the paper. I think if you went too hard, you'd know that you'd gone too hard. So that's just a very light press to make that cut of the paper. Just get my blade under to get that piece up. So that's up and up, and that was a very light cut. So when you hear people talk about confetti, what I will do is try and zoom you in. Oh, and it's not focusing. But there is so much confetti in this one. I am constantly changing colours, and then as everybody does, you do one colour and then you think you've got it all, and you put the colour away and bang, it's back there again. So for me to do a section, I like to work always on the outside pieces first. So if I go along my corner one, okay, is, and unfortunately I'm still, even with everything that I've done, I'm still learning which one is where each one sits. Now you will see that actually, so I used the Craftmates for this one because it was so big. So many colours, so many drills. I went with the Craftmates lockable storage. With the amount of graffiti, I'm actually wishing that I'd used the Doris, the Elizabeth storage mates, because I could have just filled the tray and put those little containers next to these to keep track of what I've got. One of the things that I've got is been picked up is when I was doing my time lapse is that I use tweezers. I use a combination of tweezers and a good standard drill pen with a 3-placer. That's all I need. I got the rubby grips from my first diamond painting, and then I got another one on my second. So they're the basic things that I use. Most of the time I will start off with the tweezers, and I have a combination of get it right straight, which is those ones, and I also have those with the bend. I actually like the bendy ones. And because I've haven't got anything to set these on and move my tray around on, I will use the paper, use the plastic covering. And with the tweezers, the initial placement, it took me a while, but it's your initial placement of your drills. Once you've got quite a few in place already and you've got them nice and straight, a lot of them do click into place nicely around each other. And the amount of drills that I have flicked, we hear comments about where drills are found. I was telling somebody last night that I'd actually gone to the shower and discovered that I had this really pretty blue square drill stuck fair and square between my boobs. And it's like, okay, they do get everywhere. I've had them where I've gotten up from the desk and I've gone to go do something and felt something on my face, and I've just touched my face and it's like this drill has fallen off my face. Yeah. So yeah, they do get everywhere, absolutely everywhere. So you see with the tweezers, it is just an easy placement. There's no squashing them down. And I think I might actually try and zoom you in and move you to where I'm doing that placement. Come on, be nice and zoom. No. Don't know why it's not letting me zoom that nicely for you. Hang on, I'm going to take you for a ride. So you see with the tweezers, let's see if I can do this. One while holding the cam and one while... Bear with me if I'm shaking you. I'm picking up one of these. Okay, so is it there? Yep, so that's this symbol here. There's really, the tweezers I find make it so much easier. So much easier. Because my hand is out the way, and now I am actually a little bit out of whack, and I can just tap that up a bit. Yeah, so that's where using the tweezers, I love it. Love using the tweezers, especially to start off with. It sets the good groundwork for everything else coming into play. The other side of it is picking up when you actually drop something in the wrong spot. And I'll put one down, although that is in the right spot. With picking up, let's see if I can zoom you in on that one. When you pick up one, instead of trying to pick it up like that, you get to it and twist it. And it doesn't want to come off for me. The straight ones are better for that. Straight ones, and it's usually a case of just twisting and it comes up. Even the straight ones are easy to use. Straight ones are great to use as well. And I find that because of the tweezers are finer, I can actually see better my placement of the drill. So that's why I use the tweezers. I love them. I reckon they're brilliant. And you do get there and go, oh heck, I'm flicking them. I don't flick as many as I used to. I've got at the back of my desk. My back of my desk doesn't touch the wall, So when I move this desk, I know I'm going to have a fair amount of drill sitting at the back on the floor there. So even, see, with the tweezers, I'm able to square that up without having to pick anything else up. I can square these up a lot better with the tweezers as well. I'll zoom you back out. Whoops. And back to the bendies. I really do like the bendy tweezers. So yeah, I'll use the tweezers. Once I get along to a certain point where there's a lot has been filled and I'm more filling in gaps, I will turn around and go back to using the standard drill tool. Just, you know, because it is quicker. Tweezers, you get quicker. You with everything you do, the more often you do it, the quicker you get. And you know, this piece is this is my custom. This is what I call my Durban custom, which you know, it's a 60 by 100. So yes, it's going to take me a long time, and you go, yes, using tweezers will take you even longer to do the piece. Do you know what? This is a hobby. This is something I enjoy doing. So there's no rush to get it done. This is for myself and my partner. This is for our house. So if it takes me 6 months to do, it takes me 6 months to do. However, I'm 2/3 of the way through, and I think I started this about a week ago. And I also have a couple of other works in progress. So I'm not just working on this one. I've still got my son's Soulmates 5 panel. I've got my friend's custom, the wedding picture that I got the same time as I got this one. And I've got a diamond peacock, the round full drill that I got from Wish. So so there's a lot of time. I've done a lot of time on diamond painting. A lot of time on diamond painting. It's actually amazing to see how much time I've spent diamond painting. But I do shift work. When everybody else is at work, I'm at home. When everybody else is sleeping in their beds, I'm at work on night shift, you know. Well, not always, but yeah. So yeah, I'm on day 3 of my break. It's today Saturday, and I'm actually due back at work on Monday. So I actually haven't, the only clips I've done is time lapse, because my partner has been home a fair amount, and for him to leave me be and not talk while I'm doing this is a bit hard, because he'll just forget that I'm doing it, so he'll come and walk in while I'm doing it. And I'm actually in an open plan house, so I'm right next to the kitchen, so every time he goes to the fridge, you hear him go to the fridge. So I'm not going to do any drill with me or unboxings while he's home. It just makes it easier to do things when he's not here. Okay, so this is a fairly big section. Just about every colour. So I think this one's got 40. This has got 44 colours, and I will use just about every colour in this section, and that's what it's been like for everything I have done so far. But I'm not going to do a drill with me, which takes 3, 4, 5 hours for a section, for this one section to be done. I am actually going to go, the next colour I'm going to do is the good old dreaded 3/10, because I use the multi-placer tool. I use the 3 multi-placer tool. I've gotten used to using it. I think it'll be a while before I get the knack around the 6 or 9 places. The 3 I'm still not 100% with, I still struggle with. So I thought I'd also show how I work with that. Right. Okay, is there any more? There we go. And it's so hard to see some of these dudes. There we go, another one. And like everybody else, you get all your symbols, or you believe you get all the symbols done of that colour, and then suddenly it's, oh no, I've got to do, there's another one, there's one I've missed. Most of the time I will go back to the piece, just if it's one, because I know I've got to get it done and got to get it out of there. There is also, in this one, I've got some interesting colours. Where did that one come from? There. There's some interesting symbols in this one, and I think it's aimed in the right direction. If you look at, no, okay, it's going to have to be I'm going to have to move you again. So if you actually look at there, see there is percentages, but there's also the crosses, and when you're looking at them and trying to use a multi-placer, it makes things very hard. Okay, so back to trying to get you in the right, there we go. So one of the things I would like is comments. You know, I know I'm new to this, very new to this, but I would like to know what you think about information I'm giving, how I'm giving it to you. You know, is there a better way that I can format this? Is there better, you know, can I do something better? Is the big thing to me. Now, I'm about to use a multi-placer. I've pulled out the 3/10s. I use a small tray most of the time. It's easier to manage. However, for multi-placer, I will use the big tray. And it is a case of, I shake, you do a bit of a shake and a shuffle, and you'll find that although I haven't got groups of 3s, I've got some nice rows there. With the multi-placer tool, I use I do have the red wax that I use. I just can't get into the knack of the blue tack. I don't know what it is. Any suggestions, happily take them on board. But the multi-placer, so if you actually look at, I've got a row here, and I will actually try and zoom you in to try and zoom this in and get this positioned in the right way. So that's where the 310 field is, and it just doesn't want to come on. Zoom in on, okay, you're going to zoom in on there. You can see the Z, so that's the 310s. Okay, now move this closer. See how I have them in rows? I don't have a perfect row there. I have pretty close to. I've got 3. If I can get this in the right spot, see these 3, I will just push that along. I don't make sure all of mine are zipped together. and I've just only picked up 2. So see how I've got 5 there? I'll actually only, this will only pick up your 3. Where are we? It's only picking up 3. Even though I had 5 in a row, it only picked up 3. And I will go top, bottom, I will go horizontally, I will go vertically. That's just the ease of it. It all depends on the position of where that triangle or where those 3 are sitting. So if you actually watch some of these when I'm doing it, it's just a quick, I don't have everything in a perfect row. Okay. And even when I'm picking them up, I end up sending and flinging, but it's just a shake and I get them all back. And that wasn't perfectly in line, but it is now. The tool is doing its job. Okay. The tool helps put them in its place. Now what I've just done is, so I've got a square here. What I'm doing is grab another 3 and I will actually place that there. Whoops, there. Okay, I've ended up with a wax. So using a multi-placer, it is, in a way, more practice the better. I don't always use it. I tend to only use it when I've got big blocks. However, when I'm doing a big section, if you actually, whoops, try and show you. There we go. So I've got 5 in that row. I only want 3. It's only picking up 3. My big thing is where they get stuck in I find that the center one gets stuck. But what I do is I push the wax every so often, which evens it out. And it doesn't take much. So, actually that's what happened then. One just stayed in there. So, the multi-places are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And it just takes practice, like everything. It just takes practice. It's like the tweezers. And it's not always going to be perfect. This is a craft. It's not science or I don't know how to put it, life and death if it's not correct, Yes, it's great to have it as perfect as possible, but this is a craft, and it's more about the effort that you put in and how much you enjoy doing something is more important than getting everything exact. If I had to get everything exact for this, I wouldn't be diamond painting. Part of the enjoyment is the fact that I'm actually creating something that looks good, or that I think looks good anyway. So yeah, that's me using the multi-placer. The only thing that you really need to watch out for is just making sure that the drills are all the right direction, all upright, all up. But yeah, here we go, just another shake, and I've got another group that are together to do. And yet again, if you can see, one got stuck in the middle. Just press down again. And I can't recommend the 3-placer. I wouldn't say much about the 6-placer. I haven't been able to get the knack of that. I have not been able to get the knack of the 6-placer, but the 3-placer I have. Now I'm mostly going vertical. We've got one section here where I need to do 2 lots of horizontals, and I need to fill in those sections. And I will use the drill tool because these are already surrounded by others. Oh, and that good old satisfying click of it going in. It's an enjoyable sound. Clunk, clunk, clunk. So yeah, that's me. I use the multi-tool. I so didn't think I'd get used to it. Did not think I would ever get used to it. I struggled with it for ages. But you do. Once you've used something for a while, you either let it get the better of you, or you go, okay, I'm not good at this. I'm going to get better. And the only way I'm going to get better is if I actually do it by hand. If I do it and do practice. Same as the tweezers. You do it. You use the tweezers and you get practice out of it. Now what I find though, one thing I do, I tend to only use this big tray for multi-placing, because the lip is so much higher. When you look at this height, there's so much difference in height between a little tray and the big tray. With tweezers, the higher up I lift the tweezers, the higher up I am likely to fling a drill if I happen to lose it. So you know, that's one of the reasons why I go between the large tray and the small tray. And there we go. And there, and I'll just quickly grab the multi-placer and do the 3 there. Whoops, missed one. There we go. I'll put the 3. So yeah, so going through all the tag questions to get people talking, I found some interesting ones. Yeah, so you can get to know me, which is what is really good. Gets me talking and squawking. So here we go. List of questions to ask anyone. So I'm asking myself so that, you know. See how we go. The first question. That's interesting. After a breakup, would you rather be alone or surrounded by friends? For me, alone. I have had some interesting, I've had a marriage breakup, whatever. And I had a lot of support, which is grateful. But then I also had a lot of influence of people saying this is what you should be doing. And when you have that, it makes things very hard, because you judge, you start listening to what other people are telling you instead of actually and relying on what they're telling you, which is sometimes it's to their own advantage. Without your friends realizing it, they're actually doing stuff that's to their advantage. And everybody means well, and you know, we all love our friends dearly. So yeah. Okay, next question. After a divorce, would you rather share custody or get full custody? I've actually gone through this one. So for me, look at this. Open trays, that's what happens. I was very lucky in a way. I got with my ex-husband and I, we had joint custody where I had day-to-day care. Did I see a 3? Yeah. So we worked with what was best for the kids as best as we could. So yeah. Yeah. Any new exciting things that you would like to share? Anything new and exciting? I suppose with my work this week, so normally I work in the city, which is a 25-kilometre work drive. So normally smack bang in the middle of the city I'm working. So I tend to leave home around the 5 a.m. mark. And the big exciting thing is we have, because of what we do, everything on computer, we all need backup systems. We're actually going to backup location. Okay, now I've got a Z here, right here. I'm not using the tweezers for. I need to use this guy here to get it in there, just to place it better. Tweezers wouldn't get that one in there. Not easily anyway. Okay. So for the next week, we are actually located in the backup centre, which for me is only a couple of kilometres away. So, well, a couple of kilometres, I should say. It's only about a 5-minute drive from where I live. So my exciting thing is that I won't have to get out of bed until 5 in the morning. Actually, no, I leave for work. I get up at 5, just before 5, and I leave for work about 20 past 5. So I won't need to get out of bed that time. And because we're going to, where we go, there is no parking on site, and we can't do paid parking for the area. We get to use Uber. So my car will be parked in the garage at home, and I get to use Uber, and the company pays for me to use it. It actually pays for everyone that goes out to Malaga gets to use Uber, because it's not our normal place, our normal destination, and we have a fatigue policy, whereby for some people, if you've got 14 hours, or you're meant to have 10 hours break, so 14 hours door to door is the best way I put it to my partner. If you can't get to work, and if you can't be home within 14 hours of leaving for work, you are not classed as being capable of, or fit to drive, I suppose is one way to put it. Okay, I've managed to fling some drills away. I'm going to empty my big tray into my little tray. Oops. So the big exciting thing is I don't have to get out of bed as early, and I'll get home so much earlier. I'll get home, 20 minutes earlier than I normally do, and it's going to be fantastic. My partner will actually, he has to go past where we're going, so he will actually be picking me up on the way home from work, so it's really great. It's the funny things that get us excited, funny how small things we class as is exciting. Okay, what else is new and exciting? I ordered 2 more diamond drills, diamond paintings. I have, for the first time, I am using AliExpress, and I've gone with Ever Moment. Now I got 2, and I don't know what the difference is. Both of them had Ever Moment on them, yet one was from Ever Moment and the other one was EM Fun Store. So I don't know whether they will be different, how different they are. Okay, so hopefully that's all the Z's. So work my way along the hourglass. 3860. We'll just show you, you have seen that picture. So that's the picture I'm working on. But yeah, so I'll find out if anyone can tell me what the difference is between the EM Fun Store and Ever Moment, because I'll find out when I get the pictures. But I found it just a bit strange that I went looking for Ever Moment and that was the company that I was looking at only, and I ended up with EM Fun Store, still with the Ever Moment tag on the showing on the picture. So, but yeah, there's something exciting and fun. Alright. Good old confetti, got to love it. It's just bits and pieces everywhere. And I shouldn't complain, and I don't really think I am complaining. It's the more I'm changing colours is the more detail that I'm going to have in this painting. You know, that's the thing you get there and saying about confetti. That one's not the same colour. And you talk about confetti, the more confetti, especially if it's only slight changes in colour, the better. This is not zooming well. It's horrible zoom. I'm so sorry, guys. Hang on, I'm just going to try something. Is it? No, it's not the light. Oh gosh, am I doing too much of a section? Hang on, I'll pause this and I'll just see if I can get better position for you. You might be upside down. Hello, I'm back again. Slightly different. Maybe not much of a different angle. Probably you can see the symbols clearer. What I've done is I've just gone and changed my selection to a smaller section to try and make that, instead of trying to get your focus on one big piece, one big section. So I've gone to a smaller section. Still doing the same area, but I'm just not going to do the whole length of it. I will have to deal with that later, deal with the rest of it later. So, okay, new and exciting things you'd like to share. Next question that comes up is, are you a dog or a cat person? Good question, that one. I have a dog and a cat. I used to cast myself as a cat person. I suppose I still am. I'd prefer, and I hate to admit it, over my dog. I would prefer cat over my dog, or a dog, many dogs, but I wouldn't do anything I would not give up my dog now. Why? I suppose for me, cats, they don't need the attention. They like the attention every so often, but they don't need it. They don't. When I walk in the door from coming in from work after a 12-hour shift, the cat, I don't see him. The dog wants all this attention because he's missed me, and you know, and because for a dog that's been stuck at home, we are his world. Nathan and I, we are that dog's world. There's nothing else outside of this. So you know, he's really happy to see us. But at the end of a 12-hour shift, you come home, You've been gone from home for 13 hours, 13 plus hours. At the end of that shift, you've got to give this dog this attention, which is really, it's gorgeous to have someone that misses you so much like that. But they've got to have the attention. Whereas the cats, it's like, nah, you're home. It's food time, feed me. And then it's feed him, and then he goes and finds somewhere in the house to go and lie down and sleep. He comes out every now and then for a bit of attention. Like now, he's just sitting on the couch, just asleep. Where I can see him though. Doesn't demand a lot of attention. Whereas our buddy Bo, little boy, he likes a lot of attention. To the degree that when he chooses, he has like many dogs, he has his own little toy. So he's got his chew toys and that. But he's not happy to he won't always just sit and chew his toy. He will actually come along, and he will put his toy on top of your foot and chew it while it's sitting on top of your foot. Which, when you're actually standing at the kitchen sink or at the stove cooking, having a dog chewing on a toy on your foot just gets a bit annoying. However, he does make me feel safe. Yeah. Are you a fan of any sports team? Next question. Good question. No. I'm not a big sports watcher. I'd watch a live game, but I don't sit and watch a lot of sport on TV. Okay. So, if anything, I think I got asked many years ago, what team do you support? And I turned around and I said, we go talking about AFL, which is Australian Football League, football, Aussie rules. And I turned around and I looked at them. I said, who's on the bottom of the ladder? And they told me, and I went, okay, that's who I support. And they couldn't believe me. I've just gone, yeah, that's my team. Anyone that's, I suppose, the underdog, anyone that's not doing well needs all the support they can get. I think 2 years later they ended up in the grand finals. So, but most of the time they're at the bottom of the ladder. But hey, they're playing, they're out there, they're giving their crack, they're giving their all. Okay, are you a good cook? I am a horrible cook. I can cook, I should say. I can cook. I don't like cooking. But I bake, and I love to bake. My preference is baked cheesecakes. I do an amazing Black Forest cake, and with my Black Forest cake, I will make my own birthday cake. The Black Forest cake, I will make it myself, because I've not come across anybody that comes close to how good that one is. So yeah, I can cook. I'm not a good cook, but I can bake, and that's actually a funny thing about doing the diamond painting now. Is I used to, on my what we call swing night, which is where you finish day shift at 6, and then you go home, and then you start on night shift the following night, so 12 hours. So normally what I was doing is on swing night I would bake and we would have cake on that first night back, our first night shift. Where is it? I've got to go back. I found one that I'd missed on the very first cover I did. So I haven't done cake for them for a while, and there was a question as to why I haven't done cake, and I said I have a new hobby. Oh, where did that go? That's what happens when you fling. There it is. There it is. Found it. Yeah, I've got a new hobby, and so I've told my friends at work about it, and the comments are, you need to stop that hobby and make us cakes again. So really my cakes are really good. I do a really good carrot cake mix. I do them as a cupcake, and how do I put it? It's in, although it's not a commercial quantity cake recipe, it ends up being a big quantity of cakes. Okay, I'm going to have to do a few multi-places here. So I'm just about to use a multi-tool. Now I've just shaken that, and I've got one really nice long row of drills, and I'm just going smack bang in the center. You see that I've got three in there. So without having to prep rows, and it's just a case of shaking. There we go. Whoop. And they go flying this way. It is just a case of placing them down, and I've got another group there. Only picked up two then because I set it down crooked. There we go. So yeah, they're not happy that my workmates are not happy that I've found this hobby, because they reckon I'm spending too much time doing that and not making them cakes. But yeah, I've got to do a carrot cake. As far as the comments when I make carrot cake is that well, it's got vegetables in it, so it's got to be healthy. Doesn't matter about the amount of oil that goes into a carrot cake to make it so moist. But yeah, I like baking. I enjoy it, and yeah, so I like people to enjoy my cooking in that way. But it's not cooking; it's baking. It's so different to cooking. Cooking is, what are we going to have for dinner tonight? Oh God, I hate that thought. I hate that question. Thankfully my partner cooks as well, so we take turns. Oops, didn't get that one down. So we take turns at cooking. But yeah, so thankfully he can cook as well. He cooks enough that we can get by with food. So yeah, we don't starve. Okay, so next question. Are you a hoarder? I don't think I am. I have a lot of crap, but I don't think I'm a hoarder. I moved. The last place I lived in for 7 years. But I used to average one move every 9 months, which is to be able to move that often. You can't hoard when you do that, when you're doing that often. when you move that often. What I did do is I would put, if I was packing up to move house, I'd put stuff in a box. And if I didn't open that box, I usually went through it for any personal stuff like photos, and then everything else would go. Because if I wasn't going to use it in that time that it was in the box, I obviously wasn't missing it. And when I was in my last place, so 7 years in one place, I had 3 boxes, 3 lots of boxes, that when I moved from there to where I am now, it was a case of I quickly went through for any photos and anything that was classed as family orientated, as in passed down through the families. I kept that, but everything else ended up in the bin. So I have a box of books I still have to give away to the book place. But yeah, so I don't believe I'm a hoarder. Okay, next question. Are you a morning person or a night owl? I'm a night owl. So much a night owl. Probably probably why I can handle doing night shifts so easily. Before I started doing shift work, I was a Monday to Friday person, but I would go to work at 6 in the morning. Start work at 6. Leave work early, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. 2:30, 3 in the afternoon before everybody else. And so many people used to say to me, I'm not a morning person, I can't do it. And, I'm not a morning person either. But by the time everybody gets into work, I've gotten over my morning and I'm middle of the day for me. So, it's just how you look at it. I get my morning over and done with before anybody used to see me, so it was great. I used to get so much work done because there was no interruptions and I was able to deal with not being a morning person. Okay, next question. Are you an early adopter or a late adopter? I have no idea what that question means. None whatsoever. Are you close to anyone now that you initially disliked? I could say yes there, yes. But I think many of us could probably relate to that. My stepfather, when I was growing up, oh my gosh, I did not like him. But as an adult, the difference now to see him now compared to what I was like when I was younger, I didn't understand him and he didn't understand me. Oops. Oh, what's going on? Sorry. So yeah, close to him now, definitely close to him now. What's going on with my computer? Hang on. There we go. Okay, percentage. The 2 symbols that are really a struggle with. So you can have a look at, going to focus on it, that and that. I tell you what, when you're tired, they're not good symbols to work with side by side, and they are side by side in this painting. And because they are so close in colour, these ones, when I do them, because at the moment there's big patches, so these percentage is all here and here, but then I've got the crosses are on the edges, actually there, no, there. So I won't use the multiplacer because I know my eyesight. I will go, whoops, shouldn't have put that one there. So I will do checkerboard. Okay, next question. Are you high maintenance? I'd like to think I'm not. I hope I'm not. I like to be left alone. I don't demand much of my partner or friends. So I don't think I am high maintenance. I know I've seen people that I class as high maintenance, and I can definitely say I am not like them. I don't need a lot of attention. I'd like to be left alone quite a lot of the time, actually. Happy with myself and being with myself, which takes a while to be able to say that, but yeah. Okay. Are you more inclined to build your own empire or unleash the potential of others? I'd have to say unleash the potential of others. I'm happy to plod along and do my thing, and the type of person that I am, if somebody wants to do something, I will help them to the nth degree as much as I'm able to. So if somebody else wants to build their empire, I'll help them, show them how they can do it. For me, I'm at an age where I'm now happy with what I'm doing. I don't need to raise myself any higher. I have a great life, great partner, great home, great job. Right. Okay, so oh, I like this one. Are you more likely to avoid conflict or engage on it head on? Oh, for me, I do not like conflict. I do not like it one bit. I will walk away. I'm the type of person that will bite my tongue in most cases because I can't argue. I don't like it. I will walk away. If friends of mine are arguing, I will walk away. If one of my friends is complaining about her partner, I will tend to just nod my head and listen, but I try not to add any fuel to the fire. When you get involved in conflicts, people can get hurt, and yeah, it's not good. And I've been in some major arguments, discussions, and no, not for me. So I will avoid conflict as much as I possibly can. Granted, I'll be there to pick up the pieces. I'm always there to pick up the pieces. I'll always help to pick up the pieces. But I won't be there to do the shattering. Are you named after anyone? Straight up, nope. Not named after anybody. Okie dokie. And are you satisfied with how you spend your money? What would you change? No, I'm not satisfied with how I spend my money. I am an impulse shopper. And if I have money and I can afford it, I will buy it now. I can just about justify every purchase I have because I've made it an impulse, and I've had to convince myself in 5 seconds flat why I should have this item. Okie dokie. Oh, here's my cat. He wants dinner. So it must be, 4:30 in the afternoon. It's time for food for him. Oh, he's going to have some cat biscuits. He's going to leave me alone for a little while. Next question. Are you scared of heights? Heck yeah. How do I put it? I like being high up, but I tell you what, They scare the hell out of me. If I was in the open, I cannot be up on a balcony that's high up. I work in a very tall building in the city, but it's all glassed in. There's no way to fall out. So, but yeah, definitely scared of heights. Big time. Are your grandparents still married? Well, I think I had this question before, and I classed my grandparents as still married because they're dead, but they were married when they were still married when they died. So yeah. What age did you go on your first date? Holy cow, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know what I would class that as a date. Yeah, I would have no idea. I know how old I was when I kissed my first boy, which was 15. But first date, no idea. What is that question? That's a weird... Okay, where do they come up with these questions? Can you close your eyes and raise your eyebrows? Which, yes, I can. Does that mean other people can't? That's really weird, that question. Right. Okay. Can you dance? For someone my size, I suppose I can. In my own way. I can't ballroom dance. I'd love to do that, but I can't ballroom dance. So yeah. Can you do a split? Definitely not. Definitely not. There's no way that's going to happen from me. I'm too old for that. Can you touch your toes with your tongue? No. Can't do it. I didn't even stop then to try because I already tried years ago. It's something you did as a kid. So, or you tried to do as a kid. No, I can't touch my tongue with my nose. Can't touch my nose with my tongue. Can I whistle? Yes, I can whistle. I can whistle. I can do a standard whistle and I can do the big old wolf whistle. Describe yourself in a single sentence. That's one I can't do. But I'm too complicated. I won't say high maintenance. I'm too complicated to be able to explain myself in one sentence. I care about people. And I do what I can for my friends. But yeah, that's about it. What did you dream last night? I have no idea. Unless I have a very vivid dream. I can't remember what I dreamt last night. Wasn't. Okay. Did your mother go to college? No. Straight out, no. We're in Australia. We don't have colleges. We have universities. We don't have colleges. And no, we didn't. She's done numerous degrees, but never went to college. Do you believe ignorance is bliss? Why or why not? That's a depends, isn't it? Ignorance is bliss on some cases, but not on others. And to try and explain the difference, I suppose I can explain it work-wise. We have, with my job, we have certain work that needs to get done, and my job is to make sure people are safe and are protected to do that job. When I was still learning, I struggled with certain jobs, with certain types of work that needed to be done. and I was told the day before that it was going to happen, so I worried about it all that night until I went to work the next day. So I would have liked to have been ignorant of that, because then I wouldn't worry about it overnight. Okay, so now I've got this section done, but I've still got I've done it as a checkerboard. So now this is when I use the normal placer tool to do this bit. Whoops, nearly went to the wrong one. Start out here. Okay. So, next question. Do you believe in love at first sight? Nope. Lust at first sight? Yes, I don't believe in love at first sight. Do you belong to any warehouse stores? Costco's, BJ's, etc. So that's obviously American. I suppose Woolies, which is our groceries. Woolies and Coles, where we get our points for. I think that's what you mean. Do have them. I'm members of them. I'm a member of Myers. Not that I shop there very often, but I have a Myer One card, so yeah. Okay. Do you carry a donor card? No, I don't. I still don't know if I want to be an organ donor or not, and I commend people that do. Yeah, I really do commend people that are prepared to do that, and families that accept that their loved ones want to do that are absolutely amazing. I don't know whether I could do it. It's funny. It's once you're gone. I believe once you're gone, you're gone. But I don't know whether I could donate my organs. I suppose once I'm gone, it doesn't matter. I don't need them anymore. But it's still something I struggle with the idea of for myself. Okay. Okay. How did we go? Oh, do you eat breakfast every morning? Heck no. Cup of coffee, that's it. Cup of coffee. Next one. I'm a coffee drinker, and I only have one coffee, but I don't have breakfast every morning. I'm normally, I shouldn't say too busy. I like my sleep too much for breakfast to have time for breakfast when I'm at work. On days I go to work. Watch this, probably only one of this colour. Come on, there we go. Oh, got quite a few of them there now. However, the last 3 mornings I haven't been at work, I have had crumpets for breakfast at about 10 o'clock in the morning, but I suppose it's still having breakfast. Next question. Oops. The sun is just coming in at that wrong angle there. Mind you guys can see that better. Do I have a best friend? If so, who? You know what? I don't have a best friend. And I'm okay with that. I have lots of friends. I have people I know I can talk to and count on. I know that if I ring up many of my friends, they will help me in a heartbeat. I don't put any one of my friends above any of my other friends. So, no. Oh, hello, my dog's decided to wake up. Take a walk around. And the next question, do you have a catchphrase? I don't think so. I don't think I do. Do you have a... Oh, pardon me, listen to me yawning. Do you have a garden? Yes, I have a garden. Nothing fancy, but I have a garden. I have a front garden and a back garden. In Australia, most of us have gardens because not everybody lives in apartments or small spaces. But yeah. Do you have a hidden dream that you've never shared with anyone? Well, if it's a hidden dream and you're asking that question now, I'm not sharing it if I did have a hidden dream. Okay. Do you have a tattoo? No. My feeling on tattoos, I don't like tattoos. They are not for me. Tattoos are... Whoops. Still can't get that one in there. This is why you will use the drill tool on some places like that, because the tweezers are just... I still struggle with the tweezers for those tight little spaces. Okay. Everybody, I'm not judgmental on people that have tattoos. Oh look, I missed that one. I don't like them personally. It's something that is permanent, so you can never get rid of it. So, you know, you want to make sure if that's... Yeah, it's a personal preference and everybody's choice, but for me, my personal thing is I don't like them. Okay. Do you have a whole lot of acquaintances or just a few very close friends? I have a lot of acquaintances. I class myself as a big loner, which is really funny, but yeah. I have friends, however, where I haven't seen them for years, but I know if I rocked up on their doorstep tomorrow, we would be talking as if we had only seen each other the day before. So I have many friends, many acquaintances. Okay. Do you have any allergies? Oh, too many. I'm one of these stupid people that has weird allergies. I'm allergic to beer and wine. Yet I can drink sparkling wine. I can't drink orange juice from a carton, yet I can drink it freshly squeezed. What I am allergic to is preservatives, specific preservatives, and although fruit juices will get there and say no added preservatives, you have a look at fruit juice and it will say citric acid, and that may not be added or it may be added, but it says it's got citric acid. It's been added in some way. It's part of the process. So I can drink, there's a breakfast juice I can drink, but I can't drink orange juice out of a carton. Most of the fruit juices in cartons I can't touch, including, I discovered one the other day, which was, I won't say the brand because it's irrelevant of the brand, but I actually normally can drink apple juice, and I was drinking this apple juice and it was like, oh, that's not right. Turned it over, looked at the label, bang, citric acid along with my other non-favourite. One's a citric acid and the other is, it's a type of salt. You put the two together and it's just not worth it. Next colour. which I think I can only see 3 or 4 squares of this colour. So I cop migraines from certain preservatives. So, yeah, go out on a night drinking, and if I go out sober and don't drink any alcohol and somebody gives me orange juice, I'm sicker than the person drink the next day than the person that have been drinking all night. So that's it for that colour. So, right arrow. Do you have any birthmarks? If so, where? No birthmarks. Do you have pets? Well, I've gone through my pets. I've got a cat and a dog. So my cat, his name is Boots, and he's sitting there right in front of the fridge waiting for me to stop doing this and feed him. He hasn't started meowing yet, so he's all good. And I have a dog. So my cat Boots, he's a ginger cat, and has 4 socks on his feet, so 4 white socks. So he's ginger with 4 white socks. He's wearing boots. And I have a dog. Oh, there we go. The cat just meowed. It's getting close to him wanting to be fed. Oh gosh, that sun's in the wrong angle. You can see that sun just coming through there. Bloody sun. Oh look, I just found another one I missed. I missed that one. And that one. Great. And my dog. So Boots, the cat, is 10, 11 years old. My dog, Bo, he is nearly 8. He is a Shar-Pei. And I actually named him Botox. We call him Bo, but we named him Botox. As in BEA, Botox. When I saw Bo, I saw, you know, four of these Shar-Peis at the pet store, and not really knowing much about the breed, it was like, oh, he's so cute, I'd like to have him, you know. But sorry, gotta do it. Got to get the sun out of the way. Because I didn't know much about the breed, I didn't buy him. On that day, I managed to not do the impulse buy thing. We went home and we researched the type of breed that it was. So we went and researched Shar-Peis. And I cannot do that section there. The sun's just in the wrong spot. So went home and researched the breed, and it's like, well, Shar-Peis, because of their wrinkly skin or their rolls, they can sometimes need what they call entropion surgery, which is a facelift type thing where the eyelids, they do a lift on the eyelashes of these dogs, because what happens is the wrinkles, the wrinkles or the rolls can be so much and so much weight where the folds roll down over and onto their eyes and pushes the eyelashes onto the eyes, onto the eyeballs themselves. So therefore they need to have surgery, they need to have eye lifts. So we call, with that research, when we got him, I called him Botox, because we knew he'd need a lot of plastic surgery to be done. So very appropriate name for him. And he did. He's had 2 eye lifts So, you know, a couple of grand's worth of surgeries on a dog to have his eyes lifted. Wouldn't do it for myself, but I'd do it for the dog. So yeah. Do you have any convictions you'd be willing to die for? Nope. Nope, definitely not. Oh, gosh, this is so hard with the sun in the wrong angle. I think it's time for me to stop. I think it's time for me to stop. Because for me to see which one I need to go, I need to actually create shade. And these are arrows, and arrows are horrible when you've got every arrow facing a different direction. And the sun will only be in this position for probably about 5 more minutes. It'll come up and it'll, because the sun is slowly going down. It's what, 10 to 5. Getting some arm exercise, stretch the arm. Hi. Do you know a hoarder? No, I don't know well, my mum's got a lot of shit she needs to get rid of, but I don't think that's hoarding. Do you know any triplets? No. Do you know how to pump your own gas? I so like the way that is put, pump your own gas. In Australia, it's putting fuel in your car. It's not pumping gas. In Australia, pumping gas can be referred to actually something more like flatulence. So I can put fuel in my own tank. That's quite funny. Do you love dancing? Yeah, I love dancing. Have a chuckle. I went to a wedding 1.5 years ago. It was my first time a partner and I'd gone. Oh no, it wasn't the first time we'd done something like that. It wasn't the first wedding we'd been to. But I ended up on the dance floor having a great time. And then we were outside talking, and there's a group of us talking. Oh, we're out there with the smokers. I don't smoke, but I was out there with the smokers. My partner smokes. No, I need the tool to feed that in there. Look at that, the sun's moved in the right spot now. So he was like, oh, I've never seen you dance, rah rah. He said, I didn't know you liked dance. I didn't think you danced. You don't dance. And I've actually turned around and said to him, we don't go dancing for you to know whether I like to dance or not. And still we haven't been anywhere else to go dancing. Okay. I'm actually going to stick with the drill tool now for a little bit for these sections. And just see that sun just slowly moving up my arm now, up the painting. Well, I think I'm actually going to leave that there. I'm going to continue to drill on my own and get lost in my own world, because it's really great. It's one of the reasons why I do this, is because it's really great to just get into your own world. I know there's more going that way. But yeah. So please, if you actually do watch right to the end of this, put comments down. Please let me know if there's something I can do better. I'm very new to this. So I'm happy to take advice. Do you like the time-lapse videos? time-lapse videos are easier for me to do because, you know, I can do them when my partner's at home. I think that's, oh no, there's another one. Where is it? Shush cat. He started meowing. So it's definitely time. So I'm going to leave it there. I will, however, I'll just move a couple of things out the way. Oh, there we go. I'm standing up, so he now thinks it's time to be fed. Okay. Oh, so what I'm going to do is, I've got some cables here. So this is, there we go. So this is it so far. So this is, it's actually looking really good. The detail is phenomenal. It's brilliant. So yeah, that's it so far with all the drills and all the good old sparkles. But you can really see, you know, like that plant there, you can really see that plant really well in the rocks. So yeah, I'll leave it there and I will talk to you next time. Bye.